Done? Yes. Hi, everyone. Thank you for waiting. This is Akemi.
And this is Donna, and welcome to Bringing Spirituality into Life. And as normal, we have all of our equipment. We're in different locations. And of course, our audio didn't want to work correctly, but we have it fixed. And here we are, bringing it to you live once again on Tuesday night or Wednesday or wherever you are at in the world. So, Akemi,
Yes.
where are you? You're in a different location, and I'm in a different location. So, where are you at today?
So right now I am actually by the river, and it's my husband is telling me which way to turn. Okay, no, my face doesn't show, so that's why I'm looking this way. Okay, so I am at it's in Shiga Prefecture, so it's like next to Kyoto. And they call this, it's a little island in the river. And it is connected to the Japan's biggest lake.
Wow.
Yeah, so let me sit down. I'm going to sit down. Yeah. So, where are you at? Keru, 近づいて. Don't go far from me. 私の携帯は近づいとってどっちか分からへんね。ここ座るから近い。You stay with me. Okay. どうなかかね。Okay.
And I don't know what happened.
I think it's your
connection on my side. I totally disappeared. I'm like, no, this wasn't supposed to happen. So, all right. Well, as you can tell, I'm in a different location as well. And I am about an hour and a half from Big Fork, Montana, in a little town called Sealy Lake. It's one of my fun favorite places to go to. And I'm up here in a different cabin house and just kind of taking a few days, getting some work things done and visiting some family and friends up here. So I'm in a whole different place as well. As you can see, the decor is quite different.
It is. I love what you have behind you.
Very Montana-ish. Isn't that fun? That is just really, really fun. I love it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, so Theta. Oh, wow. We have Sharon saying hi.
Hello.
Long time no see.
And I was going to look and see the chat to see if you guys would drop a line, let us know where you're at in the world, because we are in different locations this time, and let us know what time zone you're in. And I can't see the chat because if I push that button, I disappear.
Oh, okay.
That's what I did last time to see. So I will not touch any of my electronics.
Please, I will read them to you today.
All right.
Okay.
So, well, was there a comment, or do you want me to read the question from last week?
No, read the question from last week. I was going to say that.
So last week we had an additional question that came up. We did not have time to answer it, so we are going to start our show off with this. And it said about manifesting classes, which the person received guidance about particular classes with particular instructors that they wanted to go and take. But when they manifested for the class, but they got stuck when it was difficult to transfer the money internationally. So what do you think that means? The classes came up, they needed to transfer the money, but it just didn't work. What do you think that message is all about?
What do you think the message is all about?
Yes.
I see many messages in that one. So, first of all, what I would do is ask myself what my intention is to go. And then kind of work and see what, if I can shift some things that are with my intentions that are probably not something that is pure. And that would be one thing. And then the other thing is going to be being clear and see if you have any fears around being successful or moving forward, more likely moving forward, I guess. Yeah. we've been having a lot of things going on. There might be a reason why you don't want to, like, you're not supposed to be participating.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say go and tap into the future and see what's going on if you can.
I think
Mhm.
that's a great answer. And to go up and to check and to see if you're actually in the course that you were wanting to manifest and take. Because it's
Mhm.
not that difficult anymore today to transfer money internationally. There's a lot of different apps that will do that. PayPal is one of them. TransferWise is another one. So those are very, very easy
Mhm.
solutions. So I would look at and see why you think you're stuck thinking that it is difficult to transfer money when a lot of people use the same systems and the same ways to transfer money internationally. What is keeping you stuck? What does that stuckedness feel like? And then how would you rather feel? And then I would do the work around being stuck. And then there are some really great exercises that you can do after you unstick yourself to reset your mind and to make those shifts and changes to move you forward. But definitely, why are we, why is it like the status quo or just moving around in the same energy? What's stopping you from moving forward? And I would look at it from those points of view as well.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
The thing is, but the world is actually going a little bit, it's functioning or it's reacting to things in a little different way right now.
Mhm.
So the truth is, yes, some people do have problems with transferring money around the
Mhm.
world. And see if you have any beliefs around your country and then the other country. Like if you have anything that you are angry at or anything like you don't deserve to or
Mhm.
you have to sort of a thing may stop you from looking at things. But this is if you know how to do this. Um, but yes, there's so many ways, and more likely you are probably looking for another new way in your life of
Mhm.
doing things. And you would find the way to do things in a different way by looking on or looking at different solutions, options, because that's been happening pretty much around the world right now. If you're in a country that has that situation, so you may be there just to change one thing that you're connected to so that others can actually be able to do the same what you're stuck with to get it moving forward.
Right. And I also think you said it really well earlier about intention and
Mhm.
how and what the intention is. And how is that intention in alignment with your purpose? Earlier today, I was recording a podcast and I was asked what it meant to live a purposeful life. And I made the distinction that there's a difference between living on purpose and living in your purpose. And if you're living on your purpose, that is an outside view of looking outside of yourself for the answers which are inside. And that's a difference than living in your purpose, because if you're living in your purpose, you are the purpose and you move forward as the purpose. Intention is the same way. Are you looking outside to fulfill something on the inside? Or is there something on the inside that you can use that can bring out what you need to in the outside world for your next set of steps? So,
Mhm.
what is the intention of for you internally for having and creating and going to a particular course? What is that reason? What is that intention that you have? And are you in alignment with that for you living a life in purpose? And that would be my next question.
Exactly. Yes, the purpose. I think it's been question for many people right now because of the shifting and the changing of the world. And you thought that this was your purpose and now it's going into a different direction. Some people say, like, oh, this worked for me before, but why isn't it working for me now? I don't know why, but the thing is, because of all the shifts and changes in the world, some of the things you will end up shifting and changes so that you can actually flow with the flow that you're going to be creating next.
Yes.
Like you're in a deeper mode of your purpose, or maybe you're in a deeper realization of your life purpose, or maybe like your divine role in society. So the truth is that's been happening to me too. I thought that this was mine, but now it's going into a different sort of a dimension of realization, teaching myself, what do you want to do? So for you guys out there, it might be a time, because of the question, it might be a good time to ask yourself what your pure intention, what do you really want to achieve in this life? And
Right.
what are you here for? So the intentions. But the thing is, our intentions actually create our reality. And this is what, you know, is really, really causing how we live our life. So it's kind of interesting how things come into reality when we just think about it. One thought, like easily.
Yes.
So yeah, and it's been, I think, don't you feel like it's been so rapidly changing and shifting? Like you have a thought, it comes into reality. Even
Yeah.
negative or positive, it doesn't really matter right now.
It happens fast.
Right, it happens.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, we
So,
were laughing. Yes.
oh, go ahead.
No, we were laughing a couple of days ago that we were talking about, oh, my son doesn't get sick so often lately. And then the next thing is he gets a fever. And then the other one does. I'm like, okay, thank you for listening, universe. I think I
Yeah.
need to kind of keep my mouth shut, right?
Right.
Okay, so we do have a question. Are we ready?
Yes.
Okay, so I had an injury at Pilates class last December at the beginning. It was just a little hurt. I tried energy healing, theta healing. She went to the doctor. But it didn't get well. Might be worse since 2 months ago. Now I have pain when I move my right hand side upper body. Do you have any suggestions? Any healing I can try for this issue? Thanks.
So, what happened? Did it say what happened that she got hurt, or it was just an injury?
She said she was hurt at a Pilates. Well, she said she had an injury at the Pilates class.
Oh,
And then she
Pilates.
said,
Okay.
yeah, Pilates, yeah. So I guess she moved. Did you move your body in the wrong direction, sort of, or did you really have an injury, like you fell or you? It's
Right.
different.
A little different, but what I would say would probably be the same in both scenarios. I would look at the time that you were doing the Pilates class and look at the week prior to all of the things that you were thinking about and feeling in that time frame, what your intentions were and how you felt about those intentions, because that's going to give you clues about the energy that you were in when the injury occurred, because it's running in that part of the subconscious. You may not have been consciously aware of it, but it would have been in the subconscious. So the subconscious records every event from the moment you were born to the moment you exit this earth, and it's constantly assigning feelings and emotions to those events. Where the problem is our awareness is only 10% of the time. The other 90% is just running these feelings and emotions, and you're just unaware of it. So if you go back in your mind to when the injury first happened and start looking at the emotional state and the feeling states that you were in, that will give you clues of what to do to shift and change that energy there to what it was that you needed, so then that injury can reverse, because you're holding it in that vibrational frequency and it's getting worse. And then the other side is nothing's working for me. I would take a look at that and see what might be a little bit deeper underneath that for you.
Okay. So her reply: I try to cut off some friends.
Yeah. So how did that
At
feel?
the time,
Yeah.
um,
There was a reason.
so you
for
did
that.
cut some. Maybe you have cut some muscles too when you did that.
Yeah.
I have something that I want to share about this, the reality that you create, and then when you kind of try to change your reality in a way of forcing it to.
Yes.
So I quite often, if you are trying to change and shift the reality because someone has done something to you and you don't like it, and you want to just kind of change it in a force, that force comes back to you in a way, because there is something in the moment that you were supposed to realize and you were supposed to learn. I'm using the word that you have created that reality as well. Sometimes we think that someone else created that reality, but the thing is, it is something that you have co-created with this person, or the energy that this person was holding. So kind of focus and see what it was. And if you're trying to force it, ask yourself why. Because the thing is, if you try to cut off someone, it doesn't work that way. They can walk away from you by having you change your energy that you're sending out. And that's my biggest suggestion that I can do for you. Because when it hurts more and more, that means you're like being told, "Hey, you're not realizing what you're here at this moment. You're trying to get out of this moment, right?"
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So she was very sad, mostly disappointed. So kind of look into that part.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and see what's underneath it, because the injury is to wake you up, to tell you something is not in alignment. And what isn't in alignment are some of those feelings, emotions, and cutting someone off. Those aren't always the highest vibrations. So when you look at those, you can start shifting and changing that to a different energy. But what I really find interesting, and this was something that you and I were talking about the other day, around the intention of things happening, and we've been watching and seeing things surface in people's lives to bring to, maybe the word is justice, maybe bring to light things that they may or may not have done years ago, 5-7 years ago, and it's now surfacing and coming to the light. So a lot of people that are starting to go through a lot of different things, especially after this whole last year, it may not have been as recent. It might be 5 or 7 years ago of something, because it's all surfacing for us to take a look at it, have our awareness, and make amends or learn something from that situation to resolve it before you go on to the next life. And it's been kind of fascinating in a way to look at that going, why did someone choose to learn something this way? And so it's kind of an interesting thought process, but with that, but in that, also take a look at what's happening or what happened for you years ago to see if it might be resurfacing in your life now for you to understand, learn, and grow from it.
And it's probably because you can understand it now, and you couldn't at that time.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. In that.
So I see my husband and my kid putting down a thread and a needle, they're trying to fish with the fishing line, I guess, that was kind of lying around there. So thought that was funny. Yeah, they're over there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they're so creative. Yeah. So Yeah, many people are going through, I guess, like it's a recap time or maybe like a redoing time, like a do-over time in some sort of a way.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, and I had myself go through that too. But when you have these good intentions coming in and you're getting to the point of getting it into your life, of course those things that were stuck there are going to surface out.
Mm-hmm.
And but you know what? I think this is like the greatest moment. And today is the full moon.
Is it really?
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
yeah,
I did
it
not know
is.
that.
It is actually. I think there's a name for it too because it's a very big full moon. It's the moon is very close.
Like a super moon, maybe?
Yeah, it's sort of a super moon. Yeah, if you can go online and check it out, I think yeah. So why don't
It's
I
a
think it's really
super
cool.
blood moon and
Yeah,
lunar eclipse. Is that
yeah, with
coincidence?
the moon. Yes.
Huh. Let me pull it up here and take a look.
Yes, take a
It,
look. This today is like an awesome day talking
yes,
about this
it is.
because it's a
It will be,
manifesting day. It's a
yes,
red moon. Hmm.
it is. To align your intentions with who you are and to step into your authentic self,
Yes,
right?
yes,
So,
exactly.
a super moon is also like a blood moon. This one's called the full flower moon, probably because
Mhm.
there's many flowers everywhere.
Well,
And
yeah.
they tend to name the flowers or the moon after what's going on in the season
Hmm.
with it. So let me see what it says here. Wednesday, May 26th. So you guys have the full moon. Mine will be tomorrow night.
Hmm.
So it's the closest full moon of the year, making it the second of two super moons. And it has a lunar eclipse along with it.
Hmm.
So um, it will reach its peak illumination at 7:14 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. So my 5:15 in the morning will be the fullest. Wow, that's pretty kind of cool. So a great time to sit down and write out your intentions to
Yes.
start creating and manifesting all the fun things that you want to do and to get in alignment with yourself.
Hmm. Isn't
So,
that
oh,
cool?
this was
Yes. So the
just
biggest takeaway for today would be we are going to be sending you some energy that you can realize and see your true authentic self with the pure intention of the why that you're here and why you have chosen to be part of this time on this planet at this moment, and you get to you get to see about it. So you're the only one who can actually understand why you're here. And this is like the biggest important thing that you really need to know. We kind of have a tendency to ask people and ask for approval and everything,
we
but
do.
you're the only one who really will know. So sit down, grab a pen, start writing, and it can be random, but once you realize if you start writing the same words over and over, if it's negative, maybe you want to look into it and see why you're, you know, hanging on to that. And if it's something that you feel like it's a pure intent, kind of trust on it. And then,
Absolutely. This
yeah.
must be the theme for today because it totally coincides with other questions I was asked about
Hmm.
how do you know when you're living in your purpose and how do you know you're being your authentic self? Was it a defining moment or was there something that happened? Did you have ahas along the way? How do you know? How do you really know? And I recall various times in my life where I had different moments that told me that I was in my purpose, but it also came through validation externally, and then people referring you out, doing different things. And then every time, I remember this part of the answer, every time I tried to stop doing what I do today in my career, it would always come back with like a vengeance. And the next thing I know, my phone would start ringing off the hook when I decided that, oh, I might go get a job, or I might go do something totally different, or let's do another career change. And it's like the energy says, nope, you're going to go do this.
Yes,
and then
exactly.
next thing you know, your calendar is full once again. And then you're like, well, maybe I just want a day off.
I know, exactly.
One of the
Yes.
ways you know is when it keeps coming back like a boomerang.
Yeah, so sometimes the way that you can realize what you're here for, what you truly are here for, can be something that you do not really absolutely want to do or try to walk away from. And you walk away from it, it comes back to you. Think about it a little bit. Ask yourself, why do I not want to do this? Or why am I walking away from this? Why am I not liking this? Why am I being upset? Why am I angry about this? This whole deal of emotion, these are all clues of all the answers of your questions. And that's what I found since I started the spiritual journey sort of thing, that all the things that I thought that I was against, or that were against me, were answers of my biggest, I guess, dream, or this biggest thing that I wanted in my life, or was here to do. And I was so afraid, so I made it into like vicious stuff, or angry, or anger, or kind of, blamed on myself. So I hope everybody got something out of this conversation today, because it's a very special day, and we're from different places. Kind of means something too.
Yes.
Right, Donna?
Absolutely. Always does. Always does.
Mm-hmm.
And it's
so,
all
Donna.
about, yes.
Yeah. Next week, I don't want to forget, so I'm going to stop you from talking. So next week, we're going
to do this.
Instagram.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. Let's do
We're on the same track.
Right. Okay. So you want to talk about it? Because, yeah. So, I don't know why, but my voice feels like it's cracking. So can you talk about it?
It is a little. I think it's just the internet connection, but we have audio, right? So I'm happy.
Okay. I know. That's the biggest thing today.
So next week, we are expanding our outreach, and we are not only going to be broadcasting live here from Facebook, but we are also going to be broadcasting Instagram live at the same time. So we are going to have that ready to go. And then we just also learned we can simultaneously broadcast live to LinkedIn. So we're going to go for 3 platforms next week. So if you're not on Facebook here, or if you are wanting to be on Instagram or on LinkedIn, you can join us there too. And we're going to keep expanding to reach more of you as outreach. So always share your comments, share your questions, let us know where you're from. We'll answer them live here on the show to the best of our abilities.
Yep. And if you have anything that you want to share, I mean, you're welcome to come up with us. You can have another person like kind of lined here. I don't know if that happens in Instagram. We'll see. But anyways, yes. And then hopefully I'm setting up the YouTube channel. So we'll see what happens.
And then you'll get to see all of our replays on YouTube for each of the weeks as we get them on and loaded up.
Mm-hmm. Oh my God, everyone stay tuned and follow us. We're going. And Donna, you're going to be on, you want to talk about what you're going to be on so that everybody knows how they can see you?
Oh, yes. Well, earlier today, it launched. It's a TV show called Short Talk TV. It's airing on Roku and Amazon Fire. And there's also a couple of web links. So if you go to my Facebook page, you will see where all of those links are. You can click on it and you can watch the Short Talk TV video that was recorded and airing on Streamline TV. So that'll be going for a while. And I'm kind of excited about that because I get to share some messages on some new platforms that I haven't been on yet. So,
Yep.
so those are going. So
So
that was a lot of fun. We did a launch party earlier today for it, and it was just a blast. It was a lot of fun. Yes.
yeah, it's going to be so much fun. I'm setting up my new program, pretty much getting ready. Oh my God, I'm saying this, talking about this. Well, hopefully I'll be able to talk about it pretty soon.
Michelle,
I've been saying this for so long, but it's getting ready.
asking you about it. And then the other thing that I did today was I had some other videos that were made. They were uploaded earlier on YouTube, and you're going to be seeing them coming out throughout the marketing through the social media channels and platforms. And then I'm going to add them to my website. So there'll be some new material coming out here over the next week, getting all of that ready to go. So these were things that we were working on and recording last January, February, and March. So now they're ready because they were being produced to come out. So keep watching. Stay tuned. There's
I'm
more.
excited. Like I think I'm your top fan. No, maybe not, but I'm my feeling. I am actually. My intention is going to be your top fan. I'm sure you're going to be my top fan too.
I'm already your top fan because I'm going to ask you some of these questions about what are you working on now. I want to know.
Yeah. So thank you everyone for joining us today.
Yes, thank you.
Yes, and yeah. So sending lots of love from Centipede Bridge. It's kind of weird. Centipedes have lots of legs. That means that you actually are able to move really, really strongly forward. And, they're not easy to kill. I mean, yeah, but they are harmful. But the thing is, Japanese culture, they like to kind of put them into a strain. So it's called Centipede Bridge and Centipede Island. So sending lots of energy, good vibration of being strong and moving strong forward.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice. Until next week, we will see you guys on multiple platforms. So goodbye from now and from Sealy Lake.